Welcome to the I Am a Woman podcast, where we discuss all things women. I am your host, Teray Peoples, and I'm so excited that you are here with me today. Today's episode is being sponsored by the Rose House. The Rose House is a nonprofit organization that assists single mothers and their children. Their mission is to encourage, empower, and prepare single mothers for life self-sustainability through mentorship and teaching. At the onset of COVID-19, the Rose House launched its diaper pantry, where it has truly just grown and expanded the organization. Currently, they receive anywhere between 70 to 80 enrollments each month. If you know a single mother who could use their services, please have them go over and visit the rosehouseinc.org. Click on the registration tab in the upper right-hand corner and become a registered participant. The Rose House is located at 10,000 California Street inside the Westroads Mall in the Container Store hallway, across the hallway from GameStop. So stop by, check out the Rose House, visit them online at therosehouseinc.org. So let's get into today's episode. Welcome to the I Am a Woman podcast, where we discuss all things women. I am your host, Teray Peoples. As a wife, mother, daughter, sister, friend, and so much more, I know firsthand the desire that exists to have a place where I can be refueled and refreshed. And that's the purpose of this podcast. I want you to leave this podcast having been encouraged and energized. Together, we will discuss all things women, from love, life, family, and most importantly, God. We will allow ourselves to be real and discuss topics that have not been spoken on too often in order to allow us to be free. So join me on this empowering journey, and let's discover the women that God created us to be. So why a podcast? Well, listen, I know that as a wife, a mother, a philanthropist, a minister, and the list can go on and on. There's a great need for us to have a platform that speaks to who we are. We're not just wives. We're not just mothers. We're not just ministers. We're not just aunties. We're not just daughters. And the list can go on and on. We are multifaceted individuals who need to find a place where we can really share and express what is going on in our lives. So let's talk about what you can expect to see and receive through this podcast. So here at the I Am a Woman podcast, we are going to cover everything pertaining to us, from looking for love, for finding love, from maintaining love, from life after love. We're going to talk about the woes and the wonders of motherhood. We're going to talk about that dark place that no one likes to talk about, the place of the postpartum depression. We're going to talk about infertility and loss and finding hope and love again. Like everything that pertains to us, we're going to talk about it. And those are just a few. Listen, I have some wonderful interviews already lined up, and I'm so excited to share them with you. I cannot wait. So let me tell you something. We're gonna do story time, okay? So story time with me is, what is amazing is that as a child, I would get to be told, Teray, sit down and be quiet. Teray, sit down and be quiet. Teray, stop talking. Why are you talking so much? And what I realized is that I realized this later in life, is that my talking was my gift. I love talking to women. I love talking to people, period. But I really do know that it is a gift of mine, just to be able to communicate and to express encouragement and strength and support to those who have similar lives as I do. As I stated earlier, I am a wife. My husband and I have been together for 19 years. We've been married for 17 years, which that's crazy to even say. We've been together 19 years. We've been married for 17 years. And I have grown so much. The woman that I was when I first got married, I am not that woman today. The woman that the mother that I started out to be all those years ago, I am not today. And life changes and life morphs and it transforms into many different things. And it's imperative that we identify that we acknowledge that, and we check in with ourselves every once in a while. And so I wanted to create a platform where we can talk and we can really just check in with one another and find out what's going on with you, sis. Like, what do you need to express in this moment? And with that, I'm going to bring along some of my great friends, and we're just going to talk and we're going to open up a dialogue. So listen, if you need a place where you can just really express yourself, then this is the place that you want to be, because we're trying to find out how we can manage all of the many hats that we wear, how we can actually live and show up fully and present in the woman that we have been called to be. We're not just wives and we're not just mothers, but how can I be a wife and a mother and have fun and express myself, whether that's through music, whether it's through, the creatives, whether it's through just being yourself, however you express yourself. How can I do that? How can I show up fully present and own who I am? Maybe you're a creative, maybe you're intellectual, maybe you're analytical, maybe you're a little bit more of a dreamer, and you really just want to be able to be you and show up fully in the room. Well, this is the platform and this is the place where we are going to do that. I have some wonderful interviews in store. So let me pull up just a few of the topics that we are going to talk about during the I Am a Woman podcast. Okay, so we're going to talk about all kinds of things. We're going to talk about women in ministry. We're going to talk about supporting your husband. We're going to talk about side hustles. We are going to talk about women in technology. We are going to talk about women in healthcare, launching out, traveling the world, real estate, makeup and beauty, health and wellness, marriage, and the list goes on, and you don't want to miss it. So if this is something that you believe that is going to speak to you, then this is the podcast that you want to stay connected with. Listen, this podcast is going to be available wherever podcasts are heard. Okay. Currently, we are up on Spotify and Google Play. We will be up on iTunes really, really soon. So you want to make sure that you stay connected so you don't miss what's happening here at I Am a Woman podcast. Okay. So let me tell you, how can you stay connected? You can stay connected by following me on my Facebook page at Teray Peoples. You can also stay connected on my Instagram at Teray D Peoples. You can stay connected on my YouTube channel at Teray's Way. There's just so many ways that you can stay connected. So make sure that you do just that. You can view this podcast live, not live. You can view this podcast on Facebook every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we will be up on Facebook, and you can listen to us every Tuesday as well on those streaming platforms, as I stated before. So every Tuesday, you're going to get a new episode. You're going to get a new podcast episode, and we are going to tackle these issues in a way that allows us to show up fully present in the room and own who we are. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the great that is still yet to come. So family, if this is what you are interested in, if this is something that speaks to you, you want to make sure that you get the word out about the I Am a Woman podcast. Bam, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be great. And I can't wait for you to join me and be a part of it. So Sam, thank you so much for taking out time and listening to this brief episode, because let me tell you, you want to be ready. You want to be ready for what's coming down the pipeline. You want to be ready for all of the good conversations, the girl chat, the sister chat, the mommy chat, the girlfriend chat, all of it is going down here at I Am a Woman. So God bless you, fam. As always, have an amazing day, and I will see you on the next podcast.